Hey guys! So today I'm going to show you a different sort of design. This one's going to be more typography based. So it'll just show you how you can use different fonts together to make a cute little design that you can put on a t-shirt. So to start with, I'm going to open Illustrator. And then I've already got my illustration here that I'm going to use. So as you can see, this is the previous unicorn design that we did. So all I'm going to do now is delete them layers. Just make sure you save it as a new document. Let's call it so save it as a new PSD. So this will just ensure that you can put your white background back on, but this will just ensure that it'll be the same size and it's got all the same settings on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my illustration. I'm going to copy that and paste it in. So as a smart object again. So now that's in there, obviously it's white so you can't see it. To change it to black, you can add a colour overlay. There we go. So there's my little illustration. So let's just pop them there for now. So then, it's just whatever you want to do, but I'm going to do one that's based around coffee, purely because I love coffee, and it's going to be a cute little design. So I'm going to start by adding a text box. So you can just type the text in there. So I'm going to use quite a simple font. I'm going to use D dot, which is just a basic font. I'm going to change it to italic. So as you can see, it's not quite working with the I and the F there. They're kind of crashing into each other. So a way of sorting that out without changing it too much is if you highlight the whole text, and then you can use this tool here, and this will just sort out the kerning between the letters. So kerning just means the space in between each letter. So let's just, so obviously it's changing all of it at the moment. So I'm quite happy with the spacing there, but then obviously the rest of it's looking a little bit too spaced out. So you can just go in and manually adjust. And then I want to adjust the space between the I and the R. So if I just select the I, that will literally just close up that space. So if you can see that that looks a little bit more even there now. So these are just little things to consider. So I've got my first text box there. So that's the first part of the design. Now I want to add a little bit more of a typographical style here. So I'm going to go on to the font again. And as you can see, I've already been looking through the different fonts. Just make sure that it's selected at 100% free again. So it's whatever sort of feel you want your art to have, but I'm going to go for this one, just because it's quite a nice script font. So to download it, you click download again. And then drag it to my desktop. There we go. So if you click the TTF file again, and then click install, It's now installed it. So now if I go back onto my Photoshop, and then if I just duplicate this text layer, and just rename it to coffee. So then you can move that to wherever you want your second lot of text to be. So I'm going to put it there for now. And then I'm going to find my font that I've just installed. I need to check the name of it again. There it is. There we go. So now I've selected that font. I think it needs to be a little bit bigger, so you can just increase the size in here to make your text box larger to fit it. So you can go as big or as small as you like. You can go quite big. And obviously I've still got my spacing set at 10, but you can change that to whatever you think works with your design. So now I'm happy with that size. I'm just going to decrease the text box just so it keeps your Photoshop file tidy. And then I'm going to centralize all of my layers again. It's best if you work with everything central to start with, and then you can just, like I normally do it by pixels, so if you hold shift and move your arrow key, that's 10 pixels. So you can just work however you feels best. So I'm actually going to experiment with a lowercase c, which I think works a lot better. As you can see, it's fitting a lot nicer in that space now. So it's just a case of trying different things out until you're happy. So I'm going to make that slightly bigger to fill the canvas. And then to get that section of text central now, you just group your layers and just name it text. And then you press your Command A again and that'll select it all. So then you just go back in. If it's not actually centralizing properly, just go back in and make sure all of your text boxes are closed. And again, that's where the issue is. Let's just deselect that. Oh, it's being temperamental. It's not letting me grab the corner. Oh, there we go. So it is quite fiddly, you just have to be patient with it. And that should all be closed up now, so as we were doing, centralize your copy, move it up to wherever you want it to sit, and then I'm going to grab my illustration. So just have a play with where you think it best sits. It might be quite nice there. That forms quite a nice square. And what you can do as well, if you put your rulers on, so it's Command R, you can bring guides up. So if I pop a guide there, and there, make sure that it's definitely in line with your copy. So now I've got all my guides in, you can make sure that you've actually positioned your illustration within them guides, so then it forms a nice square. I might need to decrease the size of it slightly. And you can just keep adding guides wherever you need them. So I want one there. Just gonna make it a little bit smaller again. There we go. So I'm quite happy with how that's looking. It probably does need a little bit of tweaking, but for now, let's use this as our design. So to get them both central, you can do a final group and just call it copy design. There we go, and that's nice and central. So then, as we did before, we need to save this out. So you turn off your layer, turn it into a transparent document, and then File, Save for Web, and that'll pop up here. Just check that it's all to the quality that you want it, and then click Save. And save that in there. And that is how to do a typographical design. So there's loads of things that you can do. You can just play with all your different fonts. So if you wanted to, you could make that regular. See how that looks. That also looks quite nice. And then you can play with bold. You can pretty much do whatever you want. And there's loads of tiny little tools here that you can use. So this one will adjust. So if you typed underneath this line, this one will adjust the space in between. And then this is your kerning, again, the space in between each letter. Then you can select it all. You can click on colour. You can change the colour of it exactly the same as we were doing before. So you can change it to red. But I'm going to keep it all black. Just because it looks, if that was on a t-shirt, I'd definitely buy that. So that is how to do a typographical design. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you again in my next video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel as well, please, guys.